Buller, good evening. Welcome to the kickoff. I'm joined tonight by Kirsty, Bryn, Joey Wheels, KT and Mills. Let's kick it off.
Tonight on Kickoff, Nihoni no Michi wa Koko kara hajimarimasu. The All Blacks 31-man squad has been named to defend the Webb Ellis Cup for the third time in a row. No pressure, boys. We talk who's hot, who's not, and who's still rocking their spray tan from New Zealand Fashion Week. From the land of the rising sun to the land of the long white cloud now, and the Pacifica Challenge is on. Tonga, Fiji, Samoa and our Heartland 15 will all line up under the bright lights of Eden Park. And as always, surprises, dad jokes and some questionable chat. Let's kick it off.
Good evening and welcome into the kickoff. For another week, we have some very special guests on the show. James Lash, great to have you here. We have Toutai Kefu and we have John McKee, the coach of Fiji, joining the show as well. But we've got a very special member of the panel back, Joey Wheeler.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. Good to be back.
You've come back and you've come back with a moustache and we've dressed up for you.
Yeah, you have. Well, you guys are looking outstanding. I'm not sure about these cues, though. The old Gary Jack on the long back, she's about to blow out just pre-rehearsal, so you've got to keep the core nice and locked in, Kirst.
How was your time in Japan? You all good, though?
Yeah, well, in terms of physically, not the greatest, a little bit stiff in the neck, but
that's why we've got you here, though.
Yeah, always a good time, and just good to be back here. And well, it's good to have me Buller mate on the couch tonight. How good, eh?
And that's good. Let's go to you, James. James, for some people at home that may not know who you are, give us a quick, brief background on who you are, what you've done.
James Lash from representing Buller for the New Zealand Heartland team. Joey's flying the flag there for me. I play a bit of sevens for Tasman as well, and you live in Nelson, so...
Nice. Well, it's great to have you here. We're very lucky. We've got Kantanana back from the runway as well.
Talofa,
wearing your talofa, maluelele. Kia orana. Mills.
Whoa, hey, you can't just take it.
What have you got?
Set us up, haven't you? Set us up.
Japanese.
Kia ora.
And Bryn, for you? We're multicultural
You've taken
today.
everything from us.
You must
I'm
know
going to say
something
to our Tongan supporters and our people, Malolele.
Oh, we've already done that one.
I know, but that's it. You took my one, Kiss.
How good does this Bryn look, though?
A Pineapple Express? We can get actually a look up on it.
I don't know if you noticed, but we're all wearing daffodils, and he's the same colour.
Where is your daffodil?
Daffodils. Get a close up. There it is.
Nice, mate. Good on you, mate.
Oh, OK. You two actually know each other quite well. You've played together for Tasman.
Yeah, back in the heyday.
James, do you have a story about Joey that you might want to share with us?
I don't know if I can do it on TV.
Oh, yeah. It's 9:31. We're all good. We're all good.
Yeah. We'll save that for another time.
I've got something on
OK, share.
Yeah, so,
spill the beans.
obviously, a great Buller man that he is. We also have another friend down in Buller, Marty Banks, but I understand now you are the king of Buller. You've taken over Banksy's reign. You're the king now down there. You own that territory, is that true?
The mayor.
The mayor of Buller.
I think I've got everything but Reefton.
You don't really want Reefton, let's be honest.
Leave Reefton.
Yeah, leave Reefton.
Banks can have that bit, so.
Yeah, Westport and the rest. You take it, mate. Good on you.
Now you need a Facebook page, the official fan
I
page.
don't know if I'll go that far, but I'm happy with
They're
where
calling him the sex symbol on the Marty Banks official Facebook page.
There you go.
If it's on there, it's true, isn't it?
Exactly. You
Maybe
gotta believe
he'll change the name over.
OK, well, Mills, you have been at the All Blacks, so let's now take a look at the 31-man squad for the Rugby World Cup. We're not getting serious for a minute. We're not breaking it down, really, but here they are. Here are the players that are going to Tokyo. We hope they all love their ramen because we know there'll be plenty of that, and sushi as well. 4 players that won in 2011, 9 that have backed up from the 2015 Rugby World Cup victory, and 19 players that are going for the very first time. In here, Luke Jacobson, one of the bolters, Mills. What do you think of him this season? One of your favourite Chiefs players, would you say?
One of my absolute favourite. I just love him. I love the fact he's made the All Blacks as well. And as you said, I went down there and caught up with him, and not with him, but with some of the All Blacks, and just their faces and the expressions and how excited they are. Admittedly, I was excited too because I thought it was outfitting day, and I could possibly sneak in and grab some stuff, but then I was set up, mate. It wasn't even outfitting. So.
There's some great stories, though, in the forward pack. Someone like Matt Todd, who's going to his very first World Cup. Angus Ta'avau and Atumoli both making it. What did you think of the other forwards?
Yeah, 100%, really stoked for them, So it's... it's an exciting time, I think. I think the All Blacks have been holding a bit back, and now you can sort of see with the team that they pick, especially up front, the sort of game plan they're going to play. So some of these young blokes are going to come in, add some excitement, and probably other teams will be put off because they wouldn't have been doing their research on some of these dudes. So I reckon it's quite exciting.
OK, well, let's take a look at the backs, because some of these backs, they are brutal, I tell you that. Here they are. Here are the backs that are going to the World Cup. 14 of them, to be exact. Brad Weber, so good for him going to his first World Cup after just 2 caps for the All Blacks, 1 back in 2015. Sonny Bill Williams, Anton Leonard-Brown, Jack Goodhue and Ryan Crotty in the midfield. But Sevu Reece gets the nod out the back, and what an exciting season for him and for George Bridge at the Crusaders.
Oh, look, what a year they've had. I think, obviously, with Sevu, who didn't even have a contract at the start of the year, and now, obviously, having a test match and playing unreal at Eden Park, and now gets an opportunity to represent our country, as well as George, who's had an awesome 2 years, and then I think also as well, Crotts, for someone that is experienced, has a lot of experience and missed out on that 2015 World Cup. For him to go, I think it'll be a great song for him.
What do you think of the squad, James?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really pretty exciting, and trying to get the amount of players into 31 is a tough ask for anyone. So you know, it is what it is, and obviously some guys like Sevu Reece, what a story that is, because like Bryn said, he didn't have a contract at the start of the year. And
All Blacks, we're talking about the halfbacks, Aaron Smith.
Yes.
He welcomed in a baby boy yesterday,
yes,
so a great day for him being named.
Boy. Congratulations to him and Tegan on their little baby boy. Luca, I believe his name was. So, yeah, gorgeous, and congratulations to them. I'm sure he'll be that new fatherhood excitement will add to the World Cup experience. So, yeah, really awesome news for them.
OK, well, let's go inside the All Blacks camp now. Mills has already told us that Luke Jacobson is his favourite, but I think he's got a couple of others. You see what you think.
Oh, well, I'm with my 2 favourite Chiefs, All Blacks now. They're both still glowing, mainly because they've still got fake tan on. But you must have known. You must have known on Tuesday, because you got going at the jockey runway, so you must have known you're already in.
Nah, mate, it was just enjoying the night, you know. The energy of the jockey fashion show, I sort of just got lost in it and forgot about the selection for a bit. So got a nice tan, wore a nice little thin pair of underwear, G-banger. So it was nice actually. Take a bit of time off. Hey,
What were you rolling? You were very serious, mate. Bloody lot of straining going on Tuesday.
I was just trying not to embarrass myself, to be honest. I'm not like Gus, where life of the party, all the attention's on me. I was just head down, get through it. You know what he's like.
Hey, to the serious stuff, 2 very good stories though. You know, Gus, for you, I suppose 18 months ago, you know, coming into the All Blacks, or not, you know, coming into the Chiefs, not having a Super Rugby contract, and all of a sudden you're All Black. You're now going to the World Cup, bro. I mean, how does that feel?
Oh, I know, it's buzzing. I mean, I was trying to hang out on you know, the kickoff show, trying to get a gig because I didn't have any rugby gig. And
you had a contingency plan, eh?
Well, you know, put the foot on the door, mate. See what was going. So luckily, you know, I'm not sitting on that couch tonight. I'm here with you, mate. So pretty proud to be able to call myself an All Black. Come a long way.
And Webby, for you, you gave Fozzie a call about 12 months ago. You probably went around and took some cakes around every month and things like that to get yourself in there. But how rewarding is this for you to be able to make it after 12 months and, you know, reflecting on last year when you missed out on the end of your tour, but now you're like, yeah, bro, I'm off to the Cup.
Yeah. It's incredibly satisfying. You know, all the sacrifice from the last few years to finally get back here is just unreal, because, you know, there was a few moments there I was thinking I might go overseas and chase the cash, but bloody stoked about my decision to stick around.
One last thing, how's the Japanese? Do you want me to teach you some, or have you got some down packed? Konnichiwa?
He's got a great...
Konnichiwa? Wow.
Do your ad, your Japanese ad.
Okay, so there's this delicious sports refreshment drink. Oishii desu. Tasty good.
Also, you look quite small in there.
Oh, man. Oh,
Gus is
oh,
unreal.
classic, weren't they? I was tiny.
mean.
But they're very exciting, and as I spoke about before, they're just... I mean, they've been around the country today, all around New Zealand, a lot of them. So to come back now and sort of the realisation that they're going to get ready for the Rugby World Cup is fantastic. And you saw the energy they brought today was fantastic.
And that colour suited them. A little bit orange.
They were
He
very
was a little bit
orange.
oompa loompa. Jeez.
Can I just say,
He'd pull off a pineapple like bro.
Just like my
Orange
setup.
and yellow.
That's it.
Clash.
can I just say, those 2 blokes, where they've come from, you know, like being in the squad and Lashie's, Lashie, I mean, Webby, from where he's come from, like to build up and be able to, from this year and then work into be able to the World Cup squad, so it's something quite amazing, man. That's awesome from them. Really stoked for the boys.
It is pretty amazing, isn't it, Bryn?
100%.
Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
especially
Okay,
for us. 100%,
great.
Brady.
Well, what else is amazing is instead of Anchorman the movie, we've got our very own Anchorman show. It's called Sky Sport News and it's starting up live on Monday from 7 a.m. So make sure you tune in to the 1 hour Monday to Friday weekly news show. You may even see some of the guys that are on our show, Joey.
Not me, mate. Only if they're paying in yen.
Let's get into the show, your weekend, and there is a lot of rugby going on this weekend. First of all, the Mitre Cup. We cannot forget about our domestic competition, where it all gets started, really. Otago taking on Manawatu. That's for the Ranfurly Shield on Friday night. Canterbury up against Southland. Ryan Crotty will be playing in that match, making his comeback. Northland, the Tunnies, up against Hawke's Bay. Your boy playing
Up the Tunnies!
Up the Tunnies. And Waikato
number 14.
Auckland Harbour against Bay Plenty. I think that's the round of the game. That's the round of the weekend.
That's the last game.
Taranaki against
Fins
Tasman.
up, baby.
And then the Pacifica Challenge will be live from Eden Park from 1:30 p.m. on Saturday, all live on Sky Sport 3. The Heartland 15 up against Samoa, Tonga against Fiji. And that's going to be the first one that we talk about because we have New Zealand's Heartland 15, first fight here that's going to be starting this weekend. James, what's it like for you being able to wear this black jersey, pull on the fern? You've got the jersey with you.
Yeah, we've got the jersey with us. Obviously,
There it is.
looking good. So,
Yeah.
Bloody nice.
yeah, obviously a great opportunity for us, and it's probably the biggest match that New
15.
Zealand Heartland's had in the history. So, for us to go up against Samoa, test ourselves against some professionals, and see where we're at, and see how we go.
It's not all serious business. You've had some initiations for some of the new guys. Tell us about that and what's been going on with some tea towels, I think it is today.
We won't get too serious, but yeah, obviously there's the old normal rules you have in a team, and obviously being a short week, we're only here on Mondays till Sunday, so there is a few consequences for the guys that are late and wrong kit to training, that sort of thing. So it's been pretty entertaining.
It must be feel as well, playing at Eden Park as well. A lot of the boys wouldn't have played at Eden Park.
Yeah,
How's that experience going to be for all the young boys that have been there?
Oh, it's going to be awesome, and obviously I think there's about 4 of us out of 23 that haven't that have played there. Last time I was there, Joe was holding my hand, driving going in there. So for them when they come in, it's going to be a pretty awesome experience. So it's going to be pretty fun.
How tough has it been though, like coming in, like you say, quite late and then playing against the side? You know, our country has obviously had a few games under its belt, you know, with the Pacific nations.
Yeah, so the trickiest thing for us is probably coming in. We've had week 1 of our Heartland comp, now we've got week 2, so dropping out of that's pretty hard. So we've had to, I know us two and from Buller have been doing a bit of homework for our team back playing tomorrow night. So, but obviously, yeah, they've played a few games and had a few warm-up games for the World Cup, but it's a great opportunity for us. It's probably the best thing. So, yeah, doesn't really come into it.
Speaking of my favourite Heartland side, the Buller boys, there's 3 of you in the side, all ex 2, sorry? 2? 2 and 3 ex-Tasman lads, that's right. Sione, Jeff and yourself. Who else do we need to look out for in that Heartland side, you know, that might be on the radar for any sort of Mitre Cup honours? Maybe young bucks, any bolters?
Yeah, there's a young buck on the wing, Harry, from Thames Valley.
Harry?
Oh, that's a good on He's watching too.
Harry's gutted.
It's not Potter, is it?
No, it's not. But he's actually.
Come on.
He's been. He got caught today practicing the haka in his room, so it was good to see. It was good, yeah, it was good. But and then old Carl Carmichael, the old two-tooth you up front, he actually did a cap for Tasman as well. So
it's 4.
Tasman. So yeah, he'll be up front, being a rock on the scrum.
This is the very best of the Pacific nations that are going to be on display and the very best of grassroots rugby. You work for Placemakers yourself. What are some of the other jobs in the teams?
We've got a stay-at-home dad, so he works pretty hard.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
There you go,
Yeah, there's a range of
Chance.
there's a range of things. There's a Wakachangi rep. So beer, yeah.
Nice.
There's farmers. There's you name it, we've got it pretty much. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's talk about who you're going to be playing this weekend, and it is Samoa now. And we've seen Samoa in the 90s. They did very well at the Rugby World Cups. They were in the quarterfinals of 3 World Cups in the 90s. Can they channel that same form, Mills? These guys would have been scary to play against back then when you were in your prime.
I was only 10 years old, mate. But yeah, I mean, look, when these guys were playing, I mean, that was their sort of glory days, really, wasn't it? They beat Wales, but some of the names that you see there, KT, you were playing against him.
Oh, George Pepper, yeah, no, I did. Actually, we were in the schoolboys together with John and George Pepper. Yeah, she's here. Shocking.
They can draw it from that. They can draw motivation from that team and come here. And they've had, significant build-up to play these guys this weekend. So I'm looking forward to it.
What do you think they're going to bring this weekend? You're wearing your blue, so you're obviously representing the Stars.
No, they'll be awesome. I mean, physicality is always part of their game, you know, so I'm sure that's something they're going to test the Heartland boys straight off the bat, you know, and as you said, they've got a few games under their belt, but they've got a decent team, man. So, I mean, this will be higher on their priority list going forward to the World Cup, no doubt. They'll be taking this real serious.
Do not miss that game. As we say, we'll be live from Eden Park from 1:30 on Saturday. The Heartland 15 taking on Samoa, and there's alternative commentary available as well. There is Tongan, Samoan, Fijian and English commentary all available, which is awesome for the first time ever, with former legends and with broadcasting experts as well. So thank you very much, James. All the best this weekend. Now we've got an awesome video for you. We've talked about Anchorman. We want to talk about Grease the movie because these Wellingtonians, they do it well.
They're multiplying, but I'm losing control, 'cause the power you're supplying is electrifying.
Hey.
You gotta shake that woo, 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 'cause I need a man.
Sing it.
That was pretty good.
Well, we have a very special guest joining us. Another special guest. I said that we were full of surprises. Toutai Kefu, fantastic to have you here. World Cup winner with the Wallabies, over 60 caps, a centurion for the Reds, and you've got your colours on for Tonga here today. So thank you for coming on the show.
Pleasure to be here, Coach.
K-Tau, did he buy you dinner like he promised today?
No, well, he said he was taking me out for dinner, and next minute I'm here.
Well, it was free. There was dinner, wasn't there?
One of the great stitch-ups.
And now he's dressed up in his Samoan colours.
No. You didn't give me any Tongan.
Stitch up.
Docs.
Stitch
Come on, Doc.
What
You did well in their Grease song, though.
Toutai, let's remind ourselves of some of the damaging runs and tries that you used. Hearts are breaking all over New Zealand right now, eh, Joey?
Oh, mate, don't remind me of this. I think I was probably maybe 8 at that stage. And I remember crying on my couch. I think the trial will probably be coming up soon. He talked us through it against the All Blacks earlier in the green room. Really pumped himself. He reckons the shimmy step there. I'm not sure where it was. I remember sitting there seeing that and bawling my eyes out, Toutai. As a young 8-year-old, you just broke my heart, mate.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in ages.
You showed me on your phone in the green room.
I asked you if they were going to put it on there.
I've got some footage of myself. Here you go, let's check this out.
What sort of memories does that bring back for you, though?
Oh, look, great memories. Obviously, that's one thing.
Heartbreaker.
That's one thing everyone knows me for. So every time they see me, they always refer. It's a reference point. They always go back, but I did other stuff as well.
We'll bring those YouTube videos up a little bit later. Someone that you're going to be coaching against this weekend. You're playing against Fiji, obviously. And we're going to bring in the coach now of Fiji. We've got John McKee joining us, who's a Kiwi coaching over in the Pacific Islands. John, great to have you on Kick-Off. What's the temperature difference like between Nandi or Suva and Auckland at the moment?
Oh, only about 15 degrees.
Only.
Tropical.
Fantastic to have you in New Zealand. What's the week been like for you and your side?
Yeah, pretty good week. We spent Monday and Tuesday training up in Nandi and flew down on Wednesday. So, yeah, it's been a good week's prep for us.
John, you talk about the preparation and stuff, but how difficult is it to bring guys from overseas into the squad and sort of try and gel them? You've really worked on a really good squad at the moment, but the culture as well, how difficult has it been for you? Because we all know island time still exists, mate. No matter how much you try and fix it, island time still exists, right?
Yeah, it's always a challenge to get the balance between bit of structure and organisation and keeping the free spirit. You know, we have a bit of island time, but you know, all the boys love coming back to Fiji and wearing the white jersey, and it's a big motivator for them to represent their people. So there's a lot of logistical challenges, but in other ways, it's pretty easy.
Hey, John, Joe Wheeler here, mate. I understand you and Toutai coached together for a while. You got any dirt on him, mate, for us? Because he's just been playing us all his highlight clips from back in 1992 or something like that. You got any dirt?
Oh, we had a pretty good time around the 2011 World Cup in New Zealand with the Kalatahi, and Yeah, like always with the Civic teams, we had some exhilarating moments and we had probably some extremely frustrating moments. But, you know, we knocked off France and Wellington that tournament, so that was a pretty big highlight for us.
Yeah, awesome, mate.
John, just Toutai here, mate. How are you?
Good, mate.
How's the preparation been, mate? And what's your line-out call?
Oh, they haven't changed from last year.
Hey, John, in terms of preparation for your World Cup, I mean, how important is this game on Saturday?
Well, this is our final match before we head up to Japan, so it is really important. Through the PNC, we're probably changing our squad around a lot, give everyone a bit of a crack, but you know, now we want to sort of settle on our combinations looking towards the World Cup.
Well, thanks so much, John McKee. We wish you all the very best this weekend and we'll catch you at Eden Park.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, Toutai, we'll now talk about Tonga, and there's some pretty famous last names in your team. There's Fafita, there's Piatau as well, the brothers of some All Blacks.
Yeah, look, they're really good players as well. Siale's been a part of the team since I've been involved. He's been my captain for the last 4 years. Very influential player on and off the field. Really good guy as well. Leva Fafita, he's been involved with, I think he started his career over in Japan. I think he was in a high school, went to high school and university there. He's just come back and been involved with us for the last 2-3 years. Really good player. Different kind of profile to Uvaya, but nonetheless important part of our team.
Talk about influential. Sonatane Takaloa, obviously had a bit of time with him when he was in New Zealand, but I think his transformation, being in the European footy, coming back into your environment, how influential has he been in your group?
He's been fantastic. His game's gone from strength to strength every year. He's kicking and passing, and just we've got him as a vice captain, so his leadership's really important.
Now, Kev, I know you've been there as a player, obviously won a World Cup. Is there anything that you've sort of tried to take away from that Wallaby unit and try and install to your guys leading to this World Cup in Japan? Because you played in Japan, obviously, and coached here as well, but World Cup-wise, have you...
Yeah, look, I think the biggest thing I've tried to install with these group of players, it's a massive challenge. We've got players all over the world, you know, different clubs. When they actually all come together, there's only probably two players that come from the same club. So they come from different coaches, different systems. So it's always hard getting them together. The first thing we try and do is just make sure that we all get on the same page and that we're all engaging and trying to understand what we're trying to do. You know, that's the most important thing.
Someone that's not involved this weekend, but he is with your squad and with your team at the moment, very inspirational, someone, Nasi Manu. What does he add when he's in there?
Oh, look, a lot of value, both on and off the field. As we all know, he won as a captain. He won a Super Rugby title with the Highlanders. So his knowledge in and around the team, on and off the field, is priceless. I've learned a lot of things off Nasi, and so have a lot of other players, especially players that haven't been involved in professional outfits.
And what about the guys that aren't available to play for Tonga at the moment, but are Tongan? I saw a picture on Instagram that was showing guys like Charles Piatau, Vaea Fafita, Nani Laumapi, Shannon Frizzell. How badly would you love them to be able to play for the islands and for where they've come from?
Oh, geez, it'd make my job easier. But, you know, there's a host of players. You know, there's probably another 15 that you haven't mentioned, Kirsty. Look, it's those kind of things are out of my control as a coach. I concentrate just on the players who turn up, and they're great guys, they're great boys, and they've bought in. They've been here for the last 6 weeks, and basically, we just concentrate on the positive things. You know, things that we can't control, things that are in our control is all we concentrate on.
I guess obviously with the Rugby League.
You're the host now.
Sorry, do you want to go, Kev? Sorry.
But we do have to move on, sorry.
There we go.
Joey looks a little bit uncomfortable and we don't have too long away. It's the Farah Palmer Cup. It kicks off this weekend. Well, the Premiership does anyway. And here's the games that are televised live on Sky. We've got 2 matches this weekend. Canterbury, the defending champions, taking on Wellington. That is a mouth-watering matchup. And Waikato up against the perennial overachievers, Auckland. They always do very, very well. But there's also a new team in the competition that start next week. It's the Taniwhas. They have the women's team in the competition.
Yeah, hard out. No, awesome for them and awesome for the region, you know, to give those young wahine up north to something to aspire to and a vehicle to go and play some rugby union. So it's brilliant for them, for the women up north to be able to get there and have a team.
It is fantastic. Make sure you check out the women. They are awesome in action. Plenty of black ferns on display as well. Thank you guys all so much. Thanks for your extra hand in presenting as well. Great to have you and the moustache back. Joey, thank you very much. Toutai, all the best this weekend with Tonga. And, well, you guys, we'll see you again next week, won't we? We'll see you all next week. Enjoy your weekend and we'll see you on Thursday.
Thanks, mate.